Congratulations. I think all season we've been asking you about what it would be like to win a title. So what is it like to have won the title? Put it into some sort of context about how big an achievement that is for you, but also for Manchester City.
But pride to be part of this organization, so huge organization, to be part of this family, not here in New York and Melbourne and all around the world. It's a huge club. So we won the most important title of the season, the Premier League, the constancy, to stay there every day. So proud the players, the staff, for the whole organization.
You've talked about it being the hardest league to win. Does that make it the most satisfying thing that you've won so far in your career?
Well, no. Every title, it's every league we were able to win in Barcelona, in Munich. It was so important as well. So I cannot deny what we achieved in the past with the players we had in the club. But of course, here is so complicated to achieve it because competition is hard, but in the way we played, so in the way we did, that's why we have to be so proud. All of us, we are.
What do you have to do to make sure this is something that continues, that it's long term, that you have success after success after success?
Be ready, Swansea. So I have a little experience about that, win titles, and the year after demanding more and more and more. I know how complicated it is, but the best way is thinking in Swansea in the next 5 games. It's a big mistake about talking about too much, far in the future. So it's more focusing. The best way is win Swansea. That is the best way to maintain the level for the future. We'll be able to test the next 5 games how we react in this kind of success, for the future. Will be good to see how we handle that situation.
You said that you didn't expect Manchester United to lose the game on Sunday, so it was a surprise. You went and played golf. How did the golf game go?
It was good.
Did you win?
Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood is not a bad guy, He's played quite good. He has a good future in the golf.
And it's a big day in English football in the sense that it's a passing on with Arsene Wenger deciding to leave Arsenal.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on what he means to you and also to football.
All my respect for what of course he has done. So Premier League is what Premier League right now, thanks a huge personalities like Arsene. There are not too many. So the Premier League is the Premier League thanks what he has done when he arrived and his vision about the respect for the football. I wish him all the best in the future. Hopefully he can involve in a different way in the world football, because these kind of people always are necessary for his experience, for many reasons. Here in the Premier League, or in Arsenal, or in UEFA or FIFA, I don't know. But and of course it was a pleasure when I was in Barcelona and Bayern Munich and here to be, to compete against.
Pep, what kind of a winner are you? How long is it? How long do you enjoy success for before your mind moves on to the next challenge?
A lot. But I'd said many times, when the people say you have to celebrate it when you win, you have to celebrate it during the process. And of course, the moment we were champion, everyone was at home. We were not together, but it doesn't matter. So we were during 9 months, every single game like we won, we celebrated. We felt we were so happy to win these 3 points, and that is the best way. So I think we are not a guys with a lot of expression on a lot of parties or something like that, but the feeling that it's good feeling, for a long time. So at the end, we will have 1 year to defend our title. So Chelsea defend the last title. Now we won it, and now we're going to defend during 1 season title. We're going to see how we handle, how we react, how we play, how we because the experience in the Premier League, even in that club, it's 3 Premier League in 7 years, but the year after win was not good. And because that means how difficult is that competition, that Premier League. And I'm curious and excited in the same times to see how we're going to react next season.
You've been a league champion many times. Do you have to spend the summer analysing the mentality of your players to see who's got the mentality to go again and who thinks they've done the job?
Yeah, definitely. Now it's time, these weeks before we finish the season, we are going to start to think about the squad, about the same people, new people, the same with the staff, what do we have to change, thinking about new training sessions that add something, because we have to change few things to make a step forward, and that is the challenge.
Hi Pep. You could still break the record for most goals, most points, most wins this season. Do those records interest you?
Well, when in the past I won the league in Barcelona and Bayern Munich in 5, 6, 7 games before. The next 5, 6 games was not good. So we tried, come on, keep going, but we're not able to keep going constant. So I was not able. And maybe to think about that, to think how many points we can get it and do it, maybe it will be a good argument to keep going what you have to do. Because of course, what we should do in the Premier League is already done. So the important is win the title. The record is okay, but it's not the most important thing. But maybe that can help us to be focused and play against the 4 or 5 guys teams when they are fighting for avoid the relegation, stay there, will be sometimes more complicated for the teams you are, for example, in the top of the league. So that's why, because it would be nice to finish good, in the terms of good feelings, like we have done all the season. It will be a little bit uncomfortable to finish in the bad way in the next 5 games. That's why, of course, we have 2 or 3 days off, but in the training sessions we insist to be okay. The season is still, games to play, for respect for the 5 opponents, for the rest, for all the competition. You have to try it as best as possible, but always the athletes have to be a target, and when the target is already done in terms of title, what do you fight? What is the reason why to fight? And maybe, to achieve as much goals as possible, or more wins as possible, or more points as possible is a good focus to be there.
Will you try to keep it fresh by bringing in players that haven't played so much, people like Phil Foden?
I don't know what's tomorrow going to decide, but we're going to try to play with the best teams as possible.
Andy.
And Sergio revealed this week that he's had a little minor operation on his knee. Can you give any more details? And is his season definitely over now?
Yeah. It's 4 or 5 weeks, but hopefully we're going to fight to be ready to the World Cup. Yeah, he'll be ready for the next season.
He'll be staying here, will he, to work on his rehabilitation before?
He's in Barcelona right now. The first part of the rehabilitation is going to be there.
Hi Pep. Given someone like Mendy has been injured basically all season and you have plans to strengthen in the summer, can you be even better next year?
With him?
Just generally as a football team, not just with him, but with other players that you will strengthen in the summer. Can City be a better football team next year? We have to try. We have to try. So I am pretty sure now the teams, they are preparing better to beat us, because we were the last champion. And if we stop it, they are going to catch up. So you have to do the same. So for my experience after win, if you rest, we'll be, we have to try, yeah. And many people think you've revolutionised English football by your style of play, your football team. Would you accept that as a compliment, that you've revolutionised?
But the 10 days within Liverpool and United didn't happen.
That's football.
Yeah, of course that happened. So I don't try to convince you too much about the. I didn't come here to change absolutely anything about the English football. I don't want to change it. It's just I'm happy the way we try to play in 2 seasons, win the title. But I know right now, and telling when you are. Thank you so much for your congratulations to win the Premier League. So when the time we're going to lose, we're going to doubt about it is the best way to play here. That is going to happen again, because 1 week it happened again.
But do you understand why people are giving you this compliment, even if you yourself say you don't want to revolution? Do you understand why people are saying it because of the great football City are playing?
So I appreciate it, and never it was my intention to be to do something revolutionary or something like that. It's just with the people watching us and they enjoy, especially our fans or the people who love football, and they enjoy into watching us. That is the best, the best present. That is the best title. So if the players enjoy playing and our fans enjoying in this season in Etihad Stadium, we was in front of the TV and watching us to play and said, wow, we enjoyed during 90 minutes, that is the best title, the best one. What you have to do is to maintain that, because you cannot win all the titles. So the target is not how many years are going to continue, it's Swansea. And after Swansea was Ham. And after recovery summertime, take the best decision as possible, and the first official game or friendly game on a community shield and going there. And after we will see where we are able to arrive.
Pep, but regarding that, you obviously have a very clear idea of football and you've won everywhere you went. What was most challenging considering this here in England?
What we have done in the future.
For this time, what was most challenging for this time?
I think when we are able to win 18 games in a row, I think that was the key point of the season. So the challenging was that. So when everybody, what I surprised the most, I will be honest, even last season. So when I arrived here, I didn't expect how many games we were able to win away. Because the people say, well, you will see Stoke City or West Brom or all the big, when everybody can lose everybody, that is true. I thought it's okay, we'll be tough, I have to adapt, but at home we'll be solid. And at home last season we had a problem, this season no. But in both seasons, away, we were so good in terms of results, in terms of performance. That was a bit surprise a little bit for me in the way we want to play. But of course, to be, I think when a league like before arrive, everybody says everybody can lose, it doesn't matter at the top or the bottom. We were able to win 18 games in a row. And that I think was, these 2 or 3 points in the league was clear to win the Premier League. One I think was our success in Bournemouth after a draw here in Everton, before the international break. That win in 97 minutes was so important. And after 18 games in a row was so important too. After that, the last period against Arsenal, Carabao Cup, and winning there, Chelsea, that was the last part to win the title.
Hi Pep. Obviously it's an end of an era at Arsenal today with Wenger leaving, but also it seems like Andres Iniesta is going to be announcing that he'll leave Barcelona soon. Would you be able to sum up Iniesta's contribution to Barcelona and Spanish football and football in general?
Well, I don't know if it's true, so I would prefer rather to wait what is his decision. But staying in Barcelona or leaving, of course, I wish him all the best. So it was a joy for me to be his mate, because we played together, and after his manager. And you cannot understand what happened, this legacy from Barcelona the last 50, 20 years, the time we was there, and in Spanish football, international football, without the name from Andres Iniesta. So it was masterclass, top player. One of the players understand the game more fluently. It's difficult to find one better than him. He's a guy who teach to the young kids, to the boys to start to play football, how you have to play, how do you control the ball, how you have to play. That is the best example you can show. But I don't know if he's still living, so.
Pep, I know people have already asking you how long you intend to stay at Manchester City, but can you see anyone doing what Arsene Wenger has done at Arsenal and staying that length of time at one of the big European clubs?
That's difficult. What, for Sir Alex Ferguson did in United, and now Arsene Wenger did now, I think it's so complicated. Social media, the people, the opinions are so fresh, and we feel a lot of pressure. All the managers stay in the Premier League is a lot of budget of money for the clubs, and the president and the sport directors don't have a lot of patience right now, like I think before. But happen all around the world, not here, not just in Spain, in Italy, in Argentina, or whatever. So now it depends on results, and I think that will be so difficult to find, a person to stay 20, 22 years in the same club.
Only 2 clubs have retained the Premier League title, Chelsea and Manchester United. How hard is it going to be for you next season to become only the third club? And how do you give yourselves the best possible chance of doing that?
So back to back is means you see the last decade how difficult it was. So no club, I think it was 4 times in a row. I think Sir Alex makes 3 and 3, but 4 never. So in Germany 6 times now. But Madrid was able to do that, Barcelona as well. But here it's so complicated back to back, because there are a lot of contenders and everybody's preparing better. They're going to invest. So of course we are always so complicated, but that is a good challenge. So the first challenge is one try to Premier League, and now it's how is the challenge in that club, when in the past was not able to do that. But at the end, what we have done, Roberto did it and Manuel did it. So it's nothing special. Okay, we did it in advance. They win in the last game. We did it before in a different way. but in terms of results, it's the same. So it's how we are going to handle that. That is the challenge. We're going to see.
And how do you make sure that players still have the same hunger, having climbed to the top of the mountain and won the title? How do you make sure they have that?
We will see. I know the players, how they react when in a good bad season last season, how they did this season, but I don't know them. I don't know them, how they react and being success. So I don't know them. So, and that's why that is the challenge. We're going to see.
Pep, just get your thoughts on Swansea City, the season they've had, the job that Carlos Carvajal's done, and what type of game do you expect this week?
Well, it's quite similar last season when Paul Clement took over the team. The Swansea was in a bad position. Paul Clement made something amazing, and I think Carlos Carvajal did the same. It was outstanding when he has done in 10. We won at home, Liverpool, Arsenal. I saw the game this morning against Tottenham. Defense so deep, really well organized. The people in front is so complicated in the counter-attack. So, of course, they are playing for stay in the Premier League. And I would say we're able to convince the players. They have to be ready to face them.
Pep, you said when you arrived that you'd wait until your final year to decide about your future, your contract.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would let roll on into the year and therefore maybe overshadow it, or would you want to get it?
No, we're going to speak with the club at the end of the season. So I have one more year, so I'm not finishing now, so I have time. We're going to see, and we're going to see what they think, what we think, what is the perspective for this organization for the future. We will see. Also depend on my energy and my strength to keep going. And now I feel good. I feel comfortable to be here. So we'll speak with Chiqui, Ferran, with Khaldun. We're going to decide what is the best for the club, for everybody.
So energy and strength-wise, there's no issues there in terms of your energy and strength?
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
Do you think you could ever do a job longer than 4 years, which is your longest yet?
I don't know. So football changed a lot. So now the people say we're the champion, everybody's happy, and immediately you lose that feeling. So, and you have the team, you feel the team. We are an amazing group of guys, the players and the staff, but you can lose it, that you can drop it. I don't know how I'm going to react, even myself, after winning the Premier League. The views of the players see to me after winning, or the way I see them after winning. Now it's okay, now it's good, and everybody's okay, but football changed in nothing. In these next 5 games, I'm going to see how we react the success. It's a good test for all of us. What's going to happen next season?
How close would you say this squad is to being perfect? You've got almost 2 players for every position.
Still, we are young. Still, we are young in some moments. For example, the first goal we conceded against Tottenham when it was 2-0 in the first half, when we extra dominated, we played so good, and like this, they arrived 1.5, and the 42 minutes we conceded a goal. So, in the high level, that is still we have a lot of in the read. What do you have to do in every morning of the game? You have to still a gap to improve. But that's why it's nice. Believe me, I said many times when we won 18 games in a row, it's a perfect team. I said no and no and no. Came United, Anfield, and show us. So everything we can do better, and you have to try what we need to be better, to be more solution when you have a problem with the season, to be what we have done. So the most valued teams is when you are able to win 18 games in a row in that league. When that's happened, it's because you are, in general, a good team.
Hi Pep, last Sunday you were playing golf, but how did you exactly knew that you were champion? Somebody called you or to check on the phone? And how did you celebrate last Sunday the title?
Family, home. Go home, stay with my wife and kids.
But how did you knew that you were champion?
Today with social media, you know immediately. We were there with Tommy Fleetwood and we realized the results.
Pep, Manchester City's women's team are playing in the Champions League semi-finals on Sunday. Have you spoken to Nick and the team? Any advice? Spoken about your experiences?
I didn't get the semi-final.
So in the past,
she has to give me the advice. They have to give me the advice. So they play against tough team, Olympique de Lyon in the last years. make a good results. They play before us, before our game. Yeah. Hopefully our Manchester City fans before our game can come here and watch the game, because the women team needs our support. Wish them all the best. I know they make a fantastic season. When I said there's a huge organization, is for that. So I know how good they take decisions in New York, even in Uruguay, and all the clubs here, the academies, the women. So that is a fantastic club. It's a fantastic club. You have to be so proud to be here working in that club.
Question in Spanish, you say, please. Luis.
Hola, buenos días. Agustín Benito de Euskal Televista. Un par de cuestiones. Una, ¿cómo está el equipo en una semana tan atípica y a punto de celebrar el título con sus seguidores? Y otra referente al Barcelona, que está también a punto de ser campeón y de hacerlo de una manera brillante, es decir, sin perder. Un récord que parece inalcanzable, con Valverde se ha alcanzado.
Exacto. Yo creo que hemos tenido un poco las mismas sensaciones, ¿no? Que ha sido todo un desastre después de los dos eliminados de la Champions, en el mismo momento, cuando me gustaría, lo que he dicho a mis jugadores, decir lo mismo a mi club, al Barça, de que han ganado el título más importante del año, el más difícil de ganar, y lo han hecho batiendo todos los récords. Ojalá puedan ser imbatidos. Felicitar a Ernesto, porque es un tipo extraordinario, un entrenador maravilloso, a los jugadores, obviamente al club, por haber conseguido, no sé, llevan 8 ligas en los últimos 10, 11 años. Cuando esto lo haces, que eres el mejor equipo. Luego la Champions puedes perder 1 o 2 partidos, equipos son muy buenos, y conseguirlos. Pero al final, si el Barcelona consigue la Liga, como así va a ser, han conseguido el título más importante del año, y tienen que celebrarlo. Ojalá puedan ganar la Copa con el Sevilla y hacer una temporada fantástica. Cómo vamos a celebrar el día de Huddersfield, vamos a verlo. No sé cómo reaccionaremos estos próximos partidos. Veremos.
First, I want to ask you if you can make an assessment of FC Barcelona's season. They are about to win the Spanish La Liga, and also they are holding an unbeaten run. What do you make of it? Well, I have a little bit of the same feeling that it might seem in Barcelona that it was a disaster after being knocked out of the Champions League, and we went through the same thing. But I said the same to my players, and I say the same to FC Barcelona. What they have done, they are about to win the most difficult trophy in the whole season, and maybe with an unbeaten run. That's an amazing thing. So when that happens, congratulate the manager, Ernesto Valverde, the players, the rest of the club. I think they are going to win 8 out of the last 10 or 11 Spanish La Ligas, and to do that, you have to be the best team. So if they finally win, they will win the most important trophy of the season, that's for sure. So they'll deserve to celebrate, and hopefully they can end up with a great season. And also I want to ask you, how are you planning to celebrate, or what's the mood among the players to celebrate this Premier League title? Well, we will see in the game against Huddersfield when we get the trophy at the Etihad, and we will see then how we celebrate.
Hola, bona tarda. 5 jugadors del City han sigut escollits entre els millors de la Premier. Què et diu això?
Bueno, normalment els que guanyen, hi ha rares excepcions, però normalment l'equip guanyador sempre té més jugadors que altres. Normalment els títols van en consonància als èxits.
So 5 players of Manchester City have been chosen among the Premier League Team of the Year. What do you make of it? Well, usually the winner team has more players chosen in that Team of the Year, so always trophies are related to prizes.
Hola, Pep, enhorabona pel títol. És una pregunta similar a la companya d'abans sobre el moment clau de temporada. Has dit que la ratxa dels 8 partits guanyats era una mica aquesta, però has dit l'únic partit el de Bournemouth. Si et quedes amb un, et quedes amb aquest?
No, aquest va ser per la importància de... Havíem vingut de l'Everton a casa, anaves allà, vas a International Break, si tu fas 2 mals resultats en 10 dies, dubtes en el cap de tothom, i aquell partit vas guanyar a Liverpool i ja vam començar a fer tot el d'allò. No, de partits n'hi ha hagut de millors, però crec que en general el que ens ha donat és que en general hem estat a un molt bon nivell en molts partits. Si no, no pots guanyar d'aquesta manera que ho hem fet i amb els punts que portem. Demà si guanyem, diumenge si guanyem, farem 90 punts, faltant cada 4 partits. Són molts punts i és per tal que ho hem fet molt bé.
You mentioned before in another answer that one of the key moments of the season, you mentioned the game against Bournemouth. Do you think that was the best game of the season, or you have others in mind? Well, I said Bournemouth was important, obviously, because we came against after Everton, after a draw. The next thing was the international break, and it would have been a draw. It would have maybe raised the alarms, but we managed to win, and then we beat Liverpool, and after that we managed to win 18 games in a row. But to be honest, there's been a lot of games better than that, and we've done amazing games this season. But what I would like to say overall, I think the best thing we have had is the great level we managed to keep in so many games. Otherwise, it's impossible to win so many games, so many points, and win the Premier League with 5 games in advance.